Man. Where do we even begin? Where do we even begin with this story? Alright, I'm gonna start it off from the start. Back in probably like the end of 2017, I moved to Lancaster. I pulled up at LC Robert High School, so Lancaster High School. It is what it is, whatever. One of the first friends I ever met in middle school when I moved here was Juan Gonzalez. I have no idea where Juan is to this day, but I hope he's doing well. Besides the point. Wait, that's not besides the point. Whatever. Juan was a genius. He didn't show he didn't show his brains academically. Like, he would do no work in school. But this right here, this was his passion. He was a storyteller, man. This man Juan was a storyteller. So, something that Juan would do was he would make his own Google Slides, and he would he would invite people to his Google Slides that he would send in the different, his classmates and things like that. He used to send me Google Slides since I was one of the first people, or like really the only people he personally really talked to like that. He would send me these Google Slides that he created, and they were hilarious. And then one day he decided to create Google Slides based off Mickey Mouse. Now, these weren't just any Google Slides. There were Google Slides that proved Mickey Mouse was a Nazi. And today, I will be presenting them to you. Now, the rabbit hole it doesn't run that deep, but in my life, in my head, it runs deep. Because I had to go all the way back through my Google Slides to 2018 to find these slides. I don't know what came over me, but I just randomly remembered that he made these slides, and I was just wondering if I could go back and find them. And the reason as to why I was wondering if they even existed was because the school had found out he was making them, and the school decided to shut them down. There was a whole thing about it. The school discontinued his slide creation and things like that. So I thought, they deleted all the slides, and they're wiped from history. Oh, how I was wrong. I decided I wanted to go back and see if I could find them, and look at that. I did. I found all of them. I think this is all of them. There's 8 slides in total. I think about 5 out of 8 of these slides are based on Nazi Mickey. So I guess I should just start with the Mouse Attack of 1972 by Juan. I'm gonna get rid of any Nazi symbols. I don't think I should be showing those on YouTube, but I'm not too sure. But this was the Mouse Attack of 1972. Disclaimer: if you're easily offended by this, you shouldn't be here. Starting it off, I think he might explain some lore, some background, and then we're gonna get into Mickey Goes to Hell. Starting it off, the Mouse Attack of 1972 by Juan. Mickey Von Mouse. After World War II had been won by the Americans, one humanoid creature who had been on the opposing side wanted victory. Therefore, Mickey Von Mouse had already begun to try to rebuild the burnt-down wretch and give rebirth to the destroyed Nazi regime. Mick troops. All Mickey wanted was power. Therefore, he only put attention to rebuilding the wretch and hiring more troops. These troops will now be known as Micks. This is a Mick trooper in his suit. Mickey's life. We got some Mickey lore. In 1939, when World War II had begun, he had attempted to join the 3rd SS Panzer Division, Totenkopf. He sadly couldn't. He said sadly instead of sadly. He sadly couldn't get in because of his lack of smarts, which was known to be pretty obvious. Mickey's life. Mickey afterward had lost his house and had it destroyed by the countless atomic weapons. He had also died about I'm gonna see if I can say this number. I can't. A lot. He died a lot of times. During his poverty era, after he realized the Americans had done it, he planned on wanting to be a general for the Nazis. Unfortunately for Mickey, the Nazis had lost, and this is when Mickey had planned to rebirth the regime. Man, this is so at the time I was so impressed, and to be honest, I still am, because this was done in middle school on a school managed account. And look at how many slides there are. He took the time out of his life, and this took time. All right, moving on. Mickey's Furher bunker. I don't know how he made up these words. I don't even know how. Whatever. Leader Mickey Von Mouse next to his fur bunker, being the form of a castle. Mickey Mouse, alongside his spouse Minnie Mouse, had planned a fur bunker and managed to complete it right before America found out about Mickey's regime plan. But more ideas were planned in that bunker. The Wretch. Mickey's Wretch was also rebuilt in the form of a large palace in Berlin, Germany. This is a Walt Disney palace. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Walt Disney. The First War. The war lasted 2 seconds before Mickey had unfortunately lost from another leader named Herman Willendorf. This is Herman Willendorf right here. He's the leader of France and has a high case of hyphaxionosis. Parasitus. What the? Alright, the rebuilding. The Wretch and the entire regime had to be rebuilt. However, Mickey did not give up. He needed the money and power to top rebuilding the dream. Wait, what? He needed the money and power top rebuild the regime. Hey, Juan was a little, he was a little illiterate. It is what it is. This rebuilding lasted only a half. Oh my God, it lasted only half a month. But it wasn't all he rebuilt. Look at all the damage, and I just spoiled the next slide. I should probably put this in. How do you put it in? There we go. Super weapons. Mickey had planned and built these catastrophic super weapons one night in his bedroom during a meeting. The Dank Machine. It's a picture of Thomas the Train. You remember when Thomas was like a super meme? It's that picture. The Dank Machine was used to transport military tools and weapons to the mix. It also equipped it with hydrophysical cannons. Mickey Moon was a weapon built to destroy any planet. Sadly, it could only destroy a recycling bin. Mickey's Last War. Mickey had set the most high-tech machinery for its time and owned 80% of America. Mickey's army took down 4 other generals and had also contained America. Unfortunate for Mickey, during his celebration, he then found out he only took over Cayman Islands, which was British, not American. There's a lot of plot holes in this story, but it doesn't matter. Either way, it's fire. The 4 American generals that lost their lives. Number 1, Kyuv Guess, born in 0001 BC, died in a manner. Roll, a U.S. general. The second one, Zuck, born 666, died forever. His role was a U.S. general. Third death, Box, born unknown, died unknown. Role, U.S. general. And 4, we don't talk about him. It's Cat in the Hat. Apparently, there's something bad about him. And I think that was the end of the slide. That was the end of the mouse attack of 1972. Now, we will push into. I think we should do some lore. And then we'll go to Mickey Goes to Hell, which is literally the finale.